Hey guys.
Millennials.
Welcome back to another video, this time about the Scarlet Centurion. I know I promised this video a couple of weeks ago, but I was not in the mood. Like, there's just other stuff around and basically I'm busy. That's my whole explanation for why it is taking so long, because it isn't complicated to create those videos. Anyway, the Scarlet Centurion was created in 1968 for Avengers Annual Issue number 2 by Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Roy Thomas, Don Heck and Werner Roth. Now, as Scarlet Centurion, Nathaniel Richards then decided to conquer the modern age by using the Avengers as his pawns. He traveled back in time to an early point in the Avengers' careers, following their battle with the Space Phantom. Don't bother looking him up. The Space Phantom is one of the first villains the Avengers faced, but nowadays he's more of a lackey of Immortal, and I know Immortus is also Nathaniel Richards and also Kang, but at different point in time, so because the Space Phantom come from a place called Limbo, which is at the end time. Anyway, this battle ended with the Hulk leaving the Avengers as he felt that the others could never trust him, despite his attempts of proving his innocence during that story. Now, Scarlet Centurion appeared before the Avengers, before the Hulk could even leave, creating a divergent reality, and this Earth was then known as Earth 689. Using an advanced version of his will-zapping ultra diode ray. I have no clue what this is. Probably I need to do more research. Anyway, the Scarlet Centurion convinced the Avengers that their future was doomed to Armageddon if their superhuman population were to continue to increase, as it would cause a devastating world war. So the Avengers were influenced into believing that this would happen and went on duping and imprisoning every superhuman, including their heroes and villains. Oh geez, I hope writers don't attempt to make that a focal point in a story later, which we obviously know happened. Anyway, there's just comments by me, because I try to make this more personal and more character based. I want to really reveal a little bit more about me and my humor. Anyway, the Avengers then set themselves up as the only superhumans on the planet of Earth 689, policing any situations where new ones might be created or born. And like I said, this happened all on Earth 689 and not on the mainstream Earth, which is 616. Although Hulk left the Avengers in the main continuity too, shortly after co-founding it, it happened differently than I just explained, as it happened on Earth 689. And I'm gonna probably say it a couple more times. Now, Nathaniel also had them disassemble Dr. Doom's time platform and spread its component to different locations, and Nathaniel Richards as the Scarlet Centurion then began plotting to do the same shit with the Avengers of Earth 616. To this end, Scarlet Centurion used his magic ray or whatever again to affect the minds of the Avengers in the main timeline by first targeting Captain America, making Captain America believe and concerned over the fate of his partner Bucky during World War II. Remember, these were the late 60s and Bucky was revived around 2005, so he stayed dead for quite some time. Captain America then convinced his fellow Avengers to use the time platform of their realities, Dr. Doom, to travel back in time to the year 1944, so the Captain America of Earth 616. And while they were invisible, they could still witness Baron Zemo's attempt to destroy both Captain America and Bucky with a bomb-rigged drone plane. While most of the heroes were in the past, was left to monitor the time platform, because it's the 60s, and while Marvel has always been progressive, they weren't that progressive. But hey, at least Was got to do more than Wonder Woman in the early pages of Justice Society of America. Now, and I say a lot. Anyway, Nathaniel Richards as Scarlet Centurion used his influence, caused the Wasp to doze off and hit the control panels. This caused the Avengers in the past to briefly materialize in the 1940s and battle Baron Zemo, but they were quickly returned, or at least they believed that they returned to their main timeline, when in actuality they landed in the alternative reality of Earth 689 and soon clashed with their counterparts of that reality. Now our main Avengers managed to escape, leaving Scarlet Centurion furious, but still he pretended to be an ally of the Avengers of Earth 689, and he vowed to find our main Avengers himself, while the 616 Avengers learned how the alternative reality occurred and sought to collect the components of the 689 time platform to return home. Of course, Nathaniel anticipated this because he doesn't have a genius level intellect for nothing, and sent his team of Avengers to try and stop the 616 Avengers in their quest, which didn't work, as seen as our heroes assembled Doom's time machine. But as they activated the time machine, the Centurion appeared for them and attacked. Now, no matter which incarnation, Nathaniel Richards continues to be a sore loser, and as such, he seemed unbeatable until Hank Pym, who was at that point in time acting under the superhero name of Goliath, used his size-changing powers to shrink size and manipulate the controls of Time Machine, shunting Scarlet Centurion back into the time stream. Now, our heroes of Earth 616 then used the device to return home. All this left Nathaniel Richards with the realization that it didn't work out as Scarlet Centurion, so he deemed this identity to be a complete failure and resumed to his Ramatat guys, which I will focus in the next video again, because I said there's gonna be a part 2 to Ramatat. But as he had messed so much with the timeline, it created an alternative, more successful version of the Scarlet Centurion, who would later fight against the Squadron Supreme. Anyway, this has been the video. It's been short, I know. I wanted it to be short. I know that I sound a bit unfocused, but that's just because I try to hurry and get this video out. This was all for it today. Leave a like and a subscribe if you want, and if you don't, then don't do it. But yeah, you will hear from me again, to your dismay or not.
Now get the fuck out of my driveway.